You guys come here often? No? Well, if you do come here often, you should probably subscribe to Dylan McCool. Ford Classic Sundays, Ford 29. Ford Junkyard Digs. Ford Thunderhead 289. Everyone. Ford, hey, Vice your garage. Oh, they're both of us? Time to eat some weenies.
Time for some Tijuana mamas to start this trip.
What is
No,
that?
I'm not eating one. I bought, 300% hotter. I got some pretzels. Nice.
You're eating Reese's pretzels, or are you eating these?
They're pickled.
There's like white waxy
smells
stuff.
terrible.
Ugh.
Some nice cartilage in there.
The whole thing at once.
Not good. Pretty much made out of the lips and assholes.
Is it not 300% hotter?
No.
They're not ripped. They're not 300% hotter.
Bite that in?
Don't listen to the marketing.
The Roba. It's like puke. You mix these two.
I'm really hoping
You're a legal
hot.
monster.
We're all freezing yesterday. What's it, like 45 out?
Yeah.
The problem is we're going to have to stop 20 miles down the road because we're going to be ruined in other ways.
That's probably where they get you, is it's spicy coming out.
Yeah.
Fort Wayne, where we were all geared up. We have the GTO front and center. About ready to start putting the block in. It's right here. Pontiac. And instead, it started pouring rain. And now we're getting like 30, 40 mile an hour winds coming. Everybody's holding tents down. It doesn't make any sense to do anything here right now. Everybody's leaving, exhibitors are leaving, and it's just after lunch.
I had to go get pants.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, putting it in the trailer, we gotta go somewhere and do something.
Hopefully weather tomorrow.
I think so. Where's Hoogie?
Left a bit. If you've never been to the Midwest, this is what the Midwest is like. Yesterday it was hot as hell, and today's 50 degrees and rainy and windy. Like that, yeah. It could snow tomorrow or be a tornado of fire.
People in the States, stop watching your weather network because they'll like scream at the TV like at you that everything's gonna end and it rains lightly for a bit.
I have a theory about that actually. It's all for money. So like,
No.
you say we're gonna get worse weather than the other station, who's gonna get more views and all that.
Yeah. You're gonna look for the.
So it's gonna be 37 inches of snow with a tornado. You make more money.
Yeah.
And then it's always like an inch of snow and a little wind.
Hey, that's like on Instagram. I bought the cheapest whatever.
Yeah. Get out of here. I'm just jealous.
If you're ever out and about and you need to know if Rich has been around, see Rich laid down right there and he leaves that stain. So this is how the menu works. We're on a date right now. This is the 2 for $20 menu. So we either get 2 starter salads or an appetizer. We only get one or the other. And then we have to pick our price level. So if we get, you gotta pay more.
first date
Again.
is the 2 for $29.
Yeah,
The second date is the
First date is
25.
pick whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then
It's
third
cheap
date's
date.
maybe 2 for 20.
Third
So,
date, you're hoping
I'm a
for
2 for
something,
25 kind of guy.
We're just gonna fix on it for a couple minutes.
Apparently it takes 15.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Oh my gosh! You guys are coming now? Lickety split, boys. Oh, there's the max.
There's the max.
No, do not.
Everyone jump it.
Don't.
Should we maybe wait past this?
Well, yeah, but look at the tires. They're pretty squat. Yeah, I'm going up. Oh, it's money. Don't let it drop. Don't let it drop.
You're gonna, yeah. Put the gasket on top.
It's good. Fine. How are you gonna pump the tires up? That's fine. That's what that noise was. It blew the beat out. We'll fix it.
So far, everything's fine.
Derek, are you kidding me? Derek, is this your room? Help? Hi. Hello. We have an Oh, yeah. There you go. So much room for activities in here. Oh, okay. I see. No dead hookers in this one.
Yeah, we're gonna take that bag with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
Oh, this car's the best one.
Should have brake clean. Does the window open?
Yeah, I'm already liking the smells. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. It smells like my garage already. So you want to get this really good here. Nice and clean like that. Perfect.
Oh, did you paint all this today? Ooh.
Yeah, rattle can rebuild.
While we're all cruising around doing power tour.
Who goes
Who goes to cruise around?
So,
tell us what happened here.
so what happened here is I was sitting in the corner all quiet and I realized, wait a minute, I've done Pontiac engines. There is no dowel cam, or cam dowel, and we just need a Woodruff key.
You called him. Do you have a cam Woodruff key? Do you have another camshaft? Do you have this and that? No, we don't have any of that.
Yeah.
After they punch on their computer for a while.
Is that a 4-wheel drive camshaft or a 2-wheel drive camshaft?
So where is it?
I thought, wait a minute, I've dealt with this before with O'Reilly's. People don't know what anything is. So I Googled it on their website. Call O'Reilly's, ask if they have part number 13125. It's the Dorman Woodruff key set. And they're like, yeah, it's right here. Had it the whole time. That O'Reilly's probably like a mile away.
O'Reilly's.
A mile away? Or go, yeah, let's go get it.
Yeah.
We're missing, one of them is missing one.
I'll drive.
Normal people put the farthest cylinder forward as number 1 and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But Pontiacs like to do stuff different. Their distributor turns backwards.
Over there. Oh, wait a second. Distributors in the back. Oh, it fooled me. GM stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, back where it doesn't get soaked with water and all the stuff coming out the pan. In the right position. Yeah, you saw how you guys all drove through the puddle, and I went around the puddle. I was saying, this cart here is handy. You can put your lights off of there, hang your cords, tools, whatever you need. Lean on it. It's kind of a multi-purpose unit. Or maybe luggage. Yeah, they did that, so that's good.
Who are these guys?
This isn't our hotel room, so.
You guys are from Wisconsin?
No, Ontario, Canada.
Canadians, don't you know?
Are you guys from Cam?
No.
You guys don't have a woodruff key for cams, do you? Like a broken cam in the trunk?
Bro, we're gonna have 10 guys gritting their teeth tomorrow when we go to start this. Just like, oh, please, Lord. Just run for at least 2 minutes before it just catastrophically locks up. Enough time for me to just kind of get to the beer booth. I think between all of us, we can figure out how to do one engine. I shouldn't have said that.
I don't think they were supposed to be foam pros.
Yeah.
I don't think it was
It
wrong.
legit looked the same.
No, there wasn't
Yeah.
a foam pro part.
The gel is way better.
Oh, maybe it
Golden.
was.
That's it? That's it.
This is 4 degrees retarded and the A is 4 degrees advanced
So
on the cam timing.
if you don't pull it out, that's how it was together. They are
Well,
dot to dot.
It's hard to say because normally you would take the cam card and degree in the camshaft and see if the cam, when you check everything, if it meets up with the cam specs, and then you would alter this so that it meets up with the cam card. But you can't, and it's probably, if it's a aftermarket cam performance cam, it'll be advanced a little bit from the factory, but you really can't tell what you have without degreeing it. So I mean, I would vote for installing it straight up
I would, yeah.
instead of,
I'd say go dot to dot 0.
Yeah.
because this right here was 4 degrees advanced on the other cam, it looks like.
Luke, where can we learn how to degree in a cam?
Oh no. I actually have a really good video on degreeing camshafts.
One of these corners has a link somewhere around now or a few seconds ago with a video that you should click on and learn.
So since we didn't degree in the cam or anything, we're just gonna set the cam timing to just straight up 0 and hope that it's right. But anyway, we were just getting the cam and the crank lined up so we can put our timing chain set on. It's nice for injection.
Oh yeah, it'd be a good smooth cam. Lots of low end.
Yeah.
All right, you're on speakerphone with like 5 cameras.
Oh, almost there then.
So what are you fixing?
Hold on. Hold on, can you hear this?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so this
That was definitely a Canadian beer.
Okay. So this one.
That was a PC Light.
PC?
I've never heard of that.
I'm watching Rich beat on the timing chain set.
We're like,
Kelvin is 455.
we finally got smart. We're like, we need something less
Not
aggressive than
metal.
this hammer. We're like,
That's
oh, the handle. Use the hammer. Yeah.
It's literally we moved the bed, and he's building it right in front of me. I think I'm supposed to help, but I'm just watching. Did you get your hats and swag?
Oh, fuck, I'll rock the shit out of that. Thank you.
So Canadian. So Canadian as hell.
It's a magic touch. And this works really well when you can't feel your left hand. And then what he's going to do is actually turn the crank in a second.
So what I like to do when I do this, and everyone has their own way of doing it, there's no necessarily right or wrong way, but I like to adjust one valve set here when the opposite valve is at its max lift. That way you know that you're absolutely on the base circle of the cam on your one that you're adjusting.
Oh, see, I do it differently.
Well, some people do it on the compression stroke, you know.
I do all of them. Turn the crank a quarter, do them all again, turn the crank a quarter, do them all again, turn the crank a quarter, and then do my 1/2 to 3/4. You could do it your way if you want, because then I could sit and drink beer.
My way is definitely the long and drawn out way, but any engine you do it on, it works, I guess.
My way is the redneck get it done way. Hang on. We got a lot to go yet. When all of them are like this, I roll it a quarter, and if you were to turn it a quarter, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, you're about to hit right now.
I'm hitting right now.
So yeah, it's not far enough. But I mean, it kind of demonstrates, right here is a good example. So this was just tight. Now that it fell off the cam lobe, it's loose again. So you just run this until you have friction. And then you keep going all the way around, a full turn, And by the time you go all the way around, all you have to do is go back and set the preload, 1/2 to 3/4 turn in each one. Then you don't have to worry about what valve is open or closed on any of these, because you've gone all the way around the cam circle. But we're kind of running into an issue where the crank is hitting our luggage dolly crate wood thingy.
No, you're right.
Did you find the preload amount for a Pontiac?
Well, it's,
On the interwebs?
no, well, I mean, it's a 3/8 by 24 threads per inch, so you just divide 1 by 24, so each turn is like 40 thousandths. Don't look at my crappy handwriting.
No, so this is math. You're a daggum wizard.
So basically a half turn is 20 thousandths or so. So if we go like 3/4 of a turn on all of them, it's safe. It's gonna not shatter. It'll be
Okay.
fine. Good for break-in.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Everyone's loving your photo.
That's awesome.
The line on the bed?
So the way you do it here, you just go until they have contact, then you stop.
Yep, you set them to 0 lash, stop, all the way across the board, rotate it 1/4, go to 0 lash again, rotate it another 1/4, just spinning these until I feel it's not moving this way. I guess you kind of stay vertically, and then you spin them to feel friction between the rocker and the lifter.
Sounds really provocative. Just spin a little bit with my fingers.
Yeah.
Where are you bleeding from now?
Am I bleeding again?
Yeah, it's all over your arm. Other arm.
Yeah.
Gosh,
It's on
dang
that
it.
rag that's in the intake. And it's on the side of the head.
That's cam blade.
It's cam.
Can bleed. Oh.
I'd say it's got to be from my hand.
Why was your face like
so
just...
The reason they're like that is actually on a flat tappet, they're tapered because it wants to induce a spin on the lifter.
Oh, I see.
So they're a little bit offset and the lobe's a little bit tapered. So when you wipe a cam lobe, that'll get flat and the lifter will quit rotating. Unlike rollers, they have like dog bones or whatever, or link bars, so that they're not able to rotate.
Right,
If
right.
they do, it's bad. So the one other thing that I just thought of, because I do all guide plates and hardened push rods and everything, but what I'm seeing here is some of these contact these guys here, and if only one side is hardened, potentially what it'll do is rub through that in a hurry, because this is actually like the factory guide plate style.
Right, right.
So that's something, if we could look it up. I'm just not sure on a Pontiac. Basically what you're looking for on your rocker stem is less than 50 thousandths of a contact patch.
Yeah.
So if you get more than that, you're kind of working sideways against your valves, and then that just wears your valve guides. So a lot of people get hung up on working through the center of it, and that's not necessarily the most important thing. It's you want the smallest contact pattern.
So basically run it for a bit, pull your valve covers, you gotta pull one of them off.
I think you gotta run it with a drill to really prime it. You gotta actively prime it so it keeps the pressure, keeps that piston pushed out.
Well, I usually make a solid lifter. Like you can actually take all the internals out or get a solid lifter, but here, you know, I can look at the cam card and see what it is compared to like a stock cam, because as long as it's not too aggressive,
It wasn't a stock cam in it.
Where are we headed?
These were in one that had a cam in it already.
And for braking and all that, honestly, it's probably going to be just fine. It's just long term. It might prematurely wear valve guides, but just for firing it up tomorrow, should be okay. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So again, our audio might have been a bit of a mess there. There's a lot going on here, but I think you have a video for this, don't you?
Where the racetrack is.
You can go check it out there where you can hear everything. Back to it.
Determining push rod length. I'm sure it's fine. He's going to get a file right now, and if we slide the file across all of these and it doesn't cut in, it means they're hardened, and it's not going to be an issue touching the guide plates.
Right.
So,
That's what you guys are worried about?
that's the only
Don't
thing
film
that
me
made
for
me
too
look.
long. I don't know
I was
much.
like, well, that
But I do know what I can do.
do.
Zip sent us beer and pizza money. He's a legend. Good ties.
It really is. So what we've done so far is put the timing gear and chain on for the cam. We've timed the cam to 0, and then we've set the preload on the valve. So We've put the valves on the heel of the lobe, and then we snug them up and add 3/4 turn. So 3/4 turn compresses the hydraulic lifter to the set amount. We just worried that these push rods are not hardened, so we grabbed a file, and here is the
hardened.
And
if they weren't hardened, I would be making chips.
Yeah, and we'd be getting steel filings in our engine already. But they're hardened, so we're good to go.
Yeah, I think it's safe.
Good, we're good to go. The thing was, somebody once told Luke, Luke's got a pile of videos on push rods and gas engines and that, and one guy one time said that only half the push rod is hardened, and he put one in upside down, and these guys ate the push rod.
I was pretty sure that was ridiculous, but I thought, well, that would be pretty bad to do that in front of a bunch of people to
just ignore those.
We just did a little we just did some fact checking there, and I think we're good. So the pizza's here. I'm gonna call that good on our questionable torque wrench.
So we can leave the front main pulley loose and just make sure that we remember and just buzz it with the impact.
That doesn't look good.
No, it's not right. So that's the heat crossover. Yeah, that's gonna leak. You could run it. It just, you wouldn't want to leave it that way. That's just the exhaust crossover.
Well, if anything, I would cut the gasket, slide it down with a little bit of silicone. So,
let's just do that.
Let's do that now. We got the silicone, and I'm okay with that. It's not boosted, and then we're gonna take it apart if we get the right gaskets anyway, right? Let's do that.
That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
It's just to heat the intake. So.
Right.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that your fuel atomizes. So what I do on the small block Fords, they have the same heat crossover. It's for when you have like cast iron intakes because they don't heat up well like aluminum.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not sure what they're called. It's like some Mexican drink, but their cans are thicker, and you can cut those out and put them over the crossover. And no, that's what I do on all of them, and it works. It works great, and then it keeps the heat off your carburetor and everything.
This is what I typically call doing the right thing.
Nothing moved around too much.
It'll work.
All right. Thank you very much, Best Eastern Hotels, for letting us get out of the rain and the weather and just kind of assemble this. We've left your room exactly how we found it. That torque wrench has to come off the bed yet, but other than that, no stains. No stains. People coming out of a hotel room. All right, that is a win up there. Nice.
Thank you guys. Absolutely. Thank you. That was awesome.
Thank you very much. If you want a quality cart, I know Snap-on and Mac make very good stuff, but honestly, I don't know if they can hold up to a generic Best Eastern Hotel luggage cart.
So yeah, these are some solid rigs. You could hang parts here, paint them up, move around a little chain fall for the engine.
Stainless steel. So what we need to do is fire up the engine and run it for 15 minutes at 2,500 RPM, between 2,000 and 2,500 to break in the cam.
All good.
So this dude's a lunatic. He apparently used my idea to build the motor in your hotel room, and I respect the hell out of that.
I just work here.
That's freaking rad. That is hot rodding through and through. And the beauty of it is that he's still committed to doing this even though the event is about to be over. And he's gonna fire it tonight. I virtually guarantee it because this is Rich, and that's what he does.
That's a close one.
That one out.
Oh man! How awesome is that?